A special nail addict shout out to Queen Miss Chris, Nikki, Barbie Girl Nails, and Sammy the Goat for being the first four to comment on my last video. I thank you all so very much. Hey y'all, welcome back and welcome if you're new. My name is Sheena, and if you haven't already, please hit the like and subscribe button, and let's go ahead and get into today's set. So these are some nail tips I got off of Amazon. I will link them down below. I hate square. I put them on Cricut, didn't notice, blah blah blah. But for today's set, it's a Polygel set, and I'm using white by McCart and Siesta by McCart as well. And we are going to jump right in. Welcome to day 3 of my 25 days of Christmas nail sets. Like I said, I am going to try to incorporate polygel here and there. We're going to do some laser girl. We're going to do some gel X. Hell, we might do some dip powder. Maybe. Dip powder is a little iffy for me, but I do want to try to make it just super fun. So, in jumping into the set, I am squeezing the McCart white onto my index, going from where the nail tip and the natural nail meet to the free edge. I'm going to use my polygel brush dipped in some Mono 1 slip solution, and I'm going to go ahead and pat this into place onto my nail. So my technique when doing polygel nails is the 2B method for sure. It just works for me so much better. To where this first bead here, I go ahead and pat it all over my nail. So I make sure it's covering all parts of the nail tip. And then I'll go in and start to smooth everything out. Now this application for this wasn't as good. Honestly, I really don't like white polygel at all. I don't like white anything, white acrylic, white polygel. White gel polish is okay for design purposes, but like if I was painting it onto an actual nail, I don't even like white gel polish. But nonetheless, white was needed for this, and I could have easily done this design in a gel X, but again, I do want to kind of switch it up and do other methods and not just gel X, although gel X is my #1 go-to nail option right now. I just love it. Super simple. You pretty much can do any design with gel X, and maybe that's what I should have done with this series, just show you all of the different ways you can do those acrylic nail designs with gel X, because it's possible. But I'm gonna go ahead and just, like, this is where I'm now smoothing everything out, making sure that it is pretty much matching the nail shape. And then once I get it just as smooth as I can possibly get it, I do go ahead and cure this in my lamp for 30 seconds. One very important thing about polygel, if you've never tried it, it is so beginner friendly because you are in control. You can move and manipulate this polygel just how you want. Well, most brands. And you have so much time to work with it. So it's never a rush on how fast you get it applied before it dries. It doesn't cure until you're ready for it to cure. And that's one of the things I absolutely love about polygel nails. So I'm going into the pinky and doing the exact same thing with the white polygel, and I'll let you watch me do my first bead on my pinky. So once the first beads are set, I'm now going in with a second bead on both my index and my pinky. So with the second bead, I typically like to make a nice size ball of the Polygel. And again, taking my Polygel brush in some slip solution, I'm going to start at the top of that bead. And I am going to go ahead and pat that around the cuticle, making it nice and flush. Also making sure it does not touch my skin. You do not want Polygel to cure to the skin. And then with the bottom half, I like to keep the center pretty high. And for the bottom half, I kind of just pull it down and blend it into the first already cured bead. For me, this works out perfect. I don't have to go back in and do anything extra. I'm just smoothing it down, and to me it makes a nice nail. I have honestly never had a problem with any of my Polygel nails that I've ever worn. They're very sturdy, strong, and they don't, come off until I want them to. So for the prep with the Polygel nails, I like to mention it, although I didn't show it. For this one, it's the same thing, like a gel X, as far as pushing back your cuticles, removing the dead skin, roughing up the surface of your natural nail. Once I rough up the surface of the natural nail, I do like to apply my nail tips of my choice, to glue them on to like a dry surface, and then I apply my dehydrator and primer. For Polygel nails, I add a layer of base coat over the nail, cure that for 30 seconds so that my natural nail is protected, but the Polygel also has something to hold on to as well. So once I pretty much get this smooth out to my liking, like I really didn't like these two nails. The second bead was just horrible to me, but I made it work. I did go ahead and cure in my lamp for 30 seconds. So moving over to the rest of my nails, this is where we're using IUZnova. I have so many different tubes of IUZnova, it's crazy. But this was one of the first ones that I found. And I was like, you know what, let me just try to squeeze what I can out of this so I can kind of get rid of it, because I tend to let them get to a certain level and then I'll either buy more and then just never go back to them. But it's like, why am I keeping them if I'm not going to try to use them? So that's one of my goals during this, because I know I'm going to be using IUZnova quite a bit, is to try to get those older ones and get them, empty them out, get them out of there, because I have so many tubes of IUZnova lying around just because I'm that lazy and don't want to squeeze this bottle until it's gone. So I just purchase more. That's what I do. But I did the same technique, obviously, of just patting everything onto the nail and then just smoothing it back. This one did a little bit better. I kind of just don't like the slip solution I'm using. So I was using this slip solution from Moravon. It's a Polygel slip solution. It was perfect. I ran out. I bought 2 bottles of that. I ran out. And then I was like, well, let me try Model 1s, because I've heard so many people rave about Model 1's slip solution. But I don't like it. It's like oily consistency. I don't know. It's very different from the Moravon I had. And it just really turned me off. So I'm trying to get through this bottle so that I can go back to my Moravon, because it was absolutely amazing. Now with slip solution, you can use, they have the Polygel slip solutions, but you can also use base gel. Some people use alcohol. I used to use alcohol, and then I found that using either base gel or an actual slip solution is a little bit better, so I converted over. But I used alcohol because it was cheap. You can always find alcohol, you can't go wrong with it. But I would use 100% alcohol, or was it 80%? It's been so long, I can't remember. I know it's a higher percent of alcohol that's better if you're going to use alcohol versus the lower side. So just a few tips on actual slip solutions when it comes to Polygel. They all work. You can make them all work to your liking, but ever since I've tried actual Polygel slip solution, I really like it. Like, I would get it in kits back in the days, and I would just never use it because alcohol was just my thing. And I never had a problem with alcohol. I still don't. Like, if I had to use alcohol, I would. But, yep, slip solution it is for me now. So once I get these two nails set, I am going to go ahead and cure this for 30 seconds in my lamp. So I did my thumb off camera because it's really repetitive. We saw me do two nails without siestas, so the thumb is gonna look exactly the same. And just to make the video a bit shorter, it was pretty long. So again, with that second bead, I put a nice bead of it towards the cuticle area, and then I'm gonna take my brush and I'm gonna lightly just pat that around the cuticle, making it nice and flush, but making sure it does not touch my cuticle area at all. And then, of course, keep the middle a bit high, and then I'm going to blend that into the first already cured bead. I like to keep blending until that top bead looks kind of seamless, like it's going right into it very nicely. There's not many lumps and humps and bumps. It's very irritating to me. Again, this set was kind of rushed in a way, but it was okay. It came out okay. And I'll let you finish, watch me finish doing my ring finger. I also file shape and buffed off camera. If you guys ever want to see that, just comment down below and let me know. But I typically take it out because I feel like it makes the video longer. But of course, y'all know I'm using bold white in the video today. So it's going to be another embossed set. That's something I'm also going to be doing a lot of this season because, again, I feel like it goes with the season. But for this one, it's going to be a glossy background. So I'm applying a glossy top coat to all of my nails, and then I will give it a 30-second cure in my lamp. So jumping into the design, I am going in with bold white on my middle finger, and I'm doing like a side fringe. So it's gonna have a little swirl to it, but it's definitely still a side fringe. So I map that out, and then I'm gonna fill all of that in and give it a 30-second cure in my lamp. And then for the ring finger, I am doing a French tip. So I'm taking bold white and creating the smile line for my French tip. And then I am going to give this a 30-second cure in my lamp as well. So going back into my index, I am taking bold white and my nail art brush, the 7 millimeter from a cart, and I'm just making these lines down the center. So we're going to do a sweater nail design on this particular nail. So again, I am just making sure there's enough gel to lightly place these lines here. I like to make sure they're a bit raised up so it does give that embossed effect. So not too much gel on the tip, but I do like a little extra because I am, like when I say I'm using a super light hand, a very light hand to lay down these lines, and it just works so nicely. Then I'm gonna go up and just connect diagonally the lines from the left to the right, all the way down this nail. Again, just making sure I do have enough gel on the brush so that it is like raised off of the nail and not flat on the nail is the idea for this type of design. So once that is set, I'm now going in with my 11 millimeter brush, and I'm going to take some of the white gel, and I put a good amount. And actually this is my 9 millimeter, and then I'm going to make a line all the way up the nail, again making sure that it's thick enough to kind of be raised off of the nail, making a line on either side of the design on this nail. I loved how this nail came out, and this was one of my Cricut nails, but it came out really pretty with the white polygel and then the white gel. Perfect. So now I'm going back to my 7 millimeter brush, and I'm just going to make these lines on the sides all the way down on either side of the nail for the design. And before curing anything, because everything is still currently wet, I go in with that clear acrylic from Moran, and I'm just going to pour over the design until I don't see any more wet gel polish. And then I would give it a 30-second cure in the lamp, and it makes a perfect embossed design. So keep in mind, when you're doing embossed designs, it doesn't always have to be the same color. So like how I have a white background and then the white design, you can switch it up and do a black background with white design, or, you know, it could be anything. It just does look a lot better with the same color background. But as you see here, I'm just pouring over until I don't see any more wet gel. I'm gonna just tap that off, and then I will give that a 30-second cure in the lamp. Comes out chef's kiss. I'm also doing the same thing on my middle finger with the same design on this. It's of course a little bit shorter, but it's the exact same design. I did top coat off camera over this half French, and now I'm going in with that center design, the exact same design basically. So I'll let you watch me do this. I am also going to be doing the exact same design on the French tip for my ring finger as well. So I'll let you get into that. A very simple design, and like pretty much a go-to for me. As always, I hope that everyone is having an amazing morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you may be. And as always, thank you so very much to anyone that does take their time to watch my videos. I appreciate it. If you're new to my channel, welcome to the Nail Addict family. And if you've been subscribed, then I love you so much. And I'm extremely grateful and thankful for each and every one of you. So for the pinky, I'm going to use these little pixie crystals over my nails. Y'all, I've had those Pixie crystals for years and never used them because I wouldn't wear them on my nails. I feel like, ew, that's like a little irritating, but they're so cute. And so I decided to do the white polygel nail on this one because I felt like they would look so much better over obviously like a white nail. So I'm using my Couture DIY gel. It's not really for this, but again, this is a peel off set that I don't plan on keeping on. So it did the trick and it got those pixie crystals to stick enough for me to showcase the set. And I really, really, really loved how this set came out. Besides the fact of me putting some of the nails on a little bit crooked, I did like it. And besides the fact that it was square, because if you know me, then you know that I feel like I don't like square nails on myself. I feel like they look really bad. There's only one set of square nails that I actually like. Well, two. There's an Ina Couture set of square nails that I really like on myself. And then a MelodySusie came out with some gel-X nails. I really like theirs on me as well. They don't look as bulky and like fat. To me, square nails on me just look really bulky and fat. But those are two brands I can say I really like. So I'm using my damping dish to catch the extra pixie dust, crystals, excuse me, pixie dust, pixie crystals that fall because I was too lazy to go up and get a tray and it was just on my desk. And I was like, you know what? I'm not doing anything where I need it at the moment. So I'll just pour them in here and take them out when I'm done. So I opened it enough and just like try to pour it all over the wet DIY gel so that it sticks all over. And then like once I do get it poured enough, I actually go in with my hand and make sure everything is nice and secure in the gel. Make sure like there's nothing on the sides kind of like falling off. And then once I kind of fixed it up a little bit, I could actually see myself wearing a nail like this. But at first it was like, to me, like a texture thing. I was like, I don't know if I would actually wear a nail like this. And so I've had these pixie crystals forever and I have them in all colors. Like, it's sad how many I have and just have never used them. Like, I think I have done a set before on my channel with them, maybe like 2 years ago. It's been a while, but nonetheless, I am here still trying to fill everything up on that DIY gel, and then I give that a 30-second cure. I forgot the extra touches that I wanted to add on my middle finger, so I'm going in now and doing that. So basically just another line outlining the side of French there. On this particular nail. Super cute. Like, I just love this design. It was really, really nice. And then also down towards the cuticle area, obviously I wanted to add in a snowflake. So I'm going to take my dotting tool and just dot out where I want these snowflakes to go. And then once I get that secure, I am going to go ahead and cure this in my lamp for 30 seconds. Now, with the snowflake, I did want it embossed, but I wasn't even thinking because I was upset that I even had to go back and do it. I like to do like one nail all the way and then move on, and I kind of forgot. So this is kind of rushed and I did not emboss it. I went ahead and just glossed over it just to go ahead and complete the set. So once I get this done, the set is pretty much done and I'll be back. I do apply cuticle oil off camera and then I'll be back in just a moment with the final look. And here is the finished set. I forgot to show y'all that I did add a rhinestone to the ring finger, but I feel like it's so Christmassy. This set was super cute, super beautiful. I love the sweater design. It's just absolutely gorgeous. But comment down below and let me know what you think of this set. And if you've made it this far into the video, I would love it if you would like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the post notification bell so you don't miss any of my future sets. I thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Remember to be the very best you that you can be, and much love to all.